Brian? Why? Tell him, baby.
It's a dull place. I don't like dull.
You see, Brian? Sit down, sugar.
I've got a table.
I know, I saw.
I know. You stared, Nicky, but I was too far away. You really couldn't tell.
Hello everybody, it's Kareem coming back from my 7-month irrelevancy grave to tell you about irrelevancy. Now, in recent times, irrelevancy has kind of been, a meme, especially with Rice Gum using it the way that he does, and other YouTubers and such. But I think that, the term irrelevancy still kind of goes for some content creators, but not in the same way that people are wanting to push it in today's narrative. I feel like, the way that people use it is more in the vein of telling people that, the way that they act is not actually being determined by the number of views that they get or anything. That's all that matters to them now, is the amount of views that you have. If you don't have views, then you are irrelevant. But I feel like, irrelevancy can come in many different veins when it comes to the kind of topic. So I feel like, if you want to be relevant in today's age, you have to do stupid ass shit for content wise. Of course, I feel like everybody's relevant in their real lives. I feel like everybody, should feel obligated to live a nice life, because everybody, at the end of the day, is loved. Everybody has a life. Everybody is great like that. But I feel like, if we're going into a content creation type of situation, I feel like, people are irrelevant based off of their upload schedules, which kind of causes people to do, crazy things to get back onto a relevancy train. Some people will, do very controversial things to become relevant again, which is not a healthy lifestyle to live if you think about it. Just take, for example, Shoe Nice. He was a YouTuber who was kind of small. He got featured on the H3 podcast, and he basically lied about another content creator, Gokunaru, able so that he could basically become relevant again, which is a very unhealthy way to think and a very unhealthy thing to do overall. But I believe that it's just kind of what people are doing now, able to get relevant again, because people want that adrenaline. They want that fan base. It makes them feel better. And for some people, it's how they live. People base their whole careers off of what they do online, which also, in my opinion, is not really a healthy thing to do unless you are set and you know that you'll be set for the rest of your life making videos and you can retire well. Because I've seen plenty of people, they want to build a career online, but it doesn't go the best way, and they don't have a backup plan. And so that's where you start going into people doing things like, what Shoe Nice did, or content creators after him as well, and before him, to try and become relevant again. It really becomes a power struggle, because people, they want to become relevant because, like I said before, it gives them a nice fan base. It's their careers, it's something that they enjoy. They enjoy having that connection with people that enjoy what they're making. And they want to be one of the biggest people on the platform or whatever they're performing on. So I feel like if, you're so set on that goal, and the only way that you are going to reach that goal is by doing things such as, stunts, jackass type shit, then that's really not healthy for not just you, but your mental state and the people around you as well. Because you have to think about it, the people around you are being affected by what you're doing. And not only that, but the people that are watching you are being affected by the way that you're acting and what you're doing. So if you're being a jackass to the camera and your main fan base is filled with children pretty much, then what kind of impression is that going to give off to the children that are watching you? Is that going to make them want to go out and do the same thing that you're doing? Is it going to inspire them to do dumb things, such as what you're doing? I feel like, on top of that, it's kind of just become a train where the term irrelevancy is not being used by the correct, definition. I feel like people are coming up with their own definitions to pick and choose, to go after people that they don't really like. They'll come up with a definition that suits their needs pretty much. and use that definition to go after other people. And they're doing it subconsciously, I believe. They think that they're saying irrelevancy in the right context, but it's really not being used in a way that, should be used like that. So I feel like the term irrelevancy really isn't helpful towards anybody. It's not being helpful towards your fan base, it's not being helpful towards other people, and it's not as hell being helpful towards, anybody that you're targeting with the term. I feel like people need to understand that, especially content creators that use irrelevancy, that term on each other, they really need to understand that, we are all human beings. We aren't just machines that go over and over and over in the realm of, YouTube or whatnot, because that's just not what we do, pretty much. We have lives outside of this. We have family. So, if we want to take a break, if we want to, hang out with our family, not be active on a platform anymore, that's our choice, and that's what we should be able to do. And you cannot call people irrelevant because they took a break, and maybe when they come back they're not as popping, because you can't really blame them or their fan base for that. Because of course, a strong fan base will be happy for when a content creator comes back, and I feel like every fan base is happy when a content creator comes back, but I feel like it can kind of lead into a vein of people, becoming so set that they don't even want to focus on their family anymore. They only want to focus on their careers and what they're creating, which isn't a healthy way to live your life. And I feel like if you're so set on that goal, if you're so set on becoming a content creator that you give up everything else that you have, I feel like that kind of just becomes a point of your life where you need to kind of go back and rethink everything that's happened so far. Rethink your life decisions, rethink how you got to this point, because if you're being so cursed by the term irrelevancy, or relevancy even, then that's just the way that you think needs to be changed. You need to find a new way to live. You need to find some way where you're not being cursed and haunted by this lingering, I don't know how to say it, almost distaste for the term, and the way that you're scared for the term to be brought up in your name. And I feel like on top of, being scared about the term, nobody should really be scared about it, because people like Ricegum and others, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, they're using the term irrelevancy to fit their own motive. And their own motive, let's be honest, isn't always the best, okay? I don't want to just have a video where I'm just shitting on, Jake Paul or Logan Paul, which I've already made. But, I think that they don't really make the best decisions all the time. We can all agree to that. And I feel like one of their bad decisions is kind of, using this term as a weapon almost. They're using it to attack other people because of what they choose. And I feel like a lot of the time they're attacking people that are smaller than them because they know that this term will stick. Because it's not just a term that is being dishonest anymore. These people that they're attacking maybe aren't literally relevant because they're a small creator that these people disagree with. And that goes into a whole nother video which I may make at a different time. I'm actually working on a video based on this topic. It's called the problem of Leafy, and I basically just go over why you shouldn't be attacking smaller creators. But at the end of the day, I am back. First video back. It's gonna be a pretty basic one, just so I can kind of talk about what I want to talk about, and that's it. I was inspired by a podcast. It's called the Baited Podcast. It's Keemstar's podcast. He made a new one that's called Mom's Basement, and the episode that I'm referencing is called Clown's Intervention, where he basically talks with Clown, and Clown goes over relevancy as well. I'm pretty sure Clown actually has a video on relevancy as well, so that's a very nice video. If I can find it, I'll link it in the description below. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Coming back from my fucking deathbed is your boy Propane Cream. Bye bye.